Hello gamers, welcome to another my video and so to say another review of interesting made games maybe for you to start playing if you like it or not. So in this video I prepared maybe something unusual for my channel. I prepared to introduce you mobile game that is very similar to PC computer game called Euro Truck Simulator. So this is mobile game, but I play on some emulators for mobile phones on my computer, and as you can see I will explain you every part of this game. So game name is called Truckers of Europe 3, which is very interesting game, and I will show you every part of this game, of course. But before I start, I want to tell you that I played this game on some emulator and wanted to tell you how this game looks like if you play on emulator for mobile phones. So as you can see, you have keyboard, so you can play your mobile phones games on your keyboard like this, where you drive things. And for example, there are buttons. Here you are B, space for everything in game that you can click, for example. So literally it is very interesting thing to play games on emulator, of course. And for this review of this game I will show you, yes, I will tell you that beside I'm showing you every part of this game, how this game looks like, so you to decide if you wanna start playing it. I will also tell you tips and tricks because I played this game on phone. I just for purpose of recording this video I only will show you how it looks like on emulator, for example, but I played this game a lot on mobile phone, so I collected a lot of tips and tricks for you. Okay, let's get started. I already made too much big this intro made. Okay, so the point of this game before the start is to transport your cargo, like in Euro Truck. If you see in Euro Truck Simulator, for example, game for computers, PC. So point is to transport your cargo to this destination, and while you're doing that you have to sleep. For example, this is the amount where is my pointer is where it is needed, how much amount of sleep you need, then fuel. So point is to in game is to get to one part of game when you collected the cargo to the other part of the map to deliver that cargo, for example, and in that process to do not damage your truck too much. For example, here we are at my pointer how much my truck is damaged, so try to not damage your truck too much because it will reduce the money you will get from finished job, like in every other, for example, so to say, truck and drive, like Euro Truck Simulator game, so to say. Okay, so I will tell you also in menu and how to set up your device if you have some issue for mobile phones. If you're not phone, for example, too strong for this game, I will tell you settings. Of course there are commercials, unfortunately. Okay, now let me just show you what I wanted to show you. Here we are. So we have menu here. To I start showing you every part of this game, for example. So for example, we have to start your truck. We have, for example, to see how, for example, looks like you can drive like this, for example. Here we are how it looks like your cabin. For example, you can put lights like this. Then what I wanted more to show you, I don't want to show you this part, to show you, for example, very good angles, very good angles it have for like this, for example. Very many views you can change in this game. So for example, this is the part where you sleep, this is green part where you collect cargo. Before we start to show you how it looks like to drive truck, I wanted to show you that thing about to not forget about mobile phones. If you have mobile phone that is weaker, for example, then you can go to the graphics. For example, this is the graphics, and you can just set graphics to most that you need, for example. And most thing that I seen that take most of power that is needed to have a lot stronger phone is to reduce bloom intensity. So for example, if you reduce bloom intensity and leave everything too high, you will very greatly have performance in your phone if you have troubles, if you have older phone, for example. So just lower bloom intensity, and if you still have problems, then you can lower other settings. For example, here we are. Then while we are here, we have controls. I want to tell you that tips and tricks. In controls, you can select like this, nothing special. Control sensitivity you can select, but in track I wanted to tell you can select automatic mode or manual. I advise you automatic. It is a lot easier to play automatically, of course. And something interesting, you can select sensitivity of your track. For example, this is sensitivity of track, and before you start before you start any missions, I advise you to check all these things. For example, to change everything of this, like braking press rate, cabin suspension stiffness, everything. Try to set and experiment while driving. So for example, let's select this thing, and then let's drive a little, and just to you see what is best settings for you to play. So that is interesting thing. Just experiment with these settings so you could see what is most you like to sort to say how you want to drive this track. For example, someone like more sensitivity, someone don't like too much sensitivity. Okay, let me tell you some other tips, and we will going to ride that baby, how it looks like when you ride, because riding a track is very good feeling. So for example, what I wanted while we are here to explain you, yes, in gameplay we have camera animation, nothing special. English, as you get used to my channel to show you every part, you can select this. For example, driver hands. Do you want to be seen driver hands when you play in cabin, inside your truck? For example, camera modes, I advise you to select all of these camera modes, for example. And that is it for how it looks like settings, for example. Then we have something interior camera position. For example, this is how it looks like. So you can just select, for example, everything very nicely. You can select camera mode as you like, for example, which is very nice thing. And that is how you select, for example, in interior camera position, you select your, if you like to drive, for example, inside of the truck. Okay, now what I wanted more to tell you, some tips and tricks for you. Okay, before, yes, there is traffic intense, for example. If you like to more challenging be this game, you can put a lot traffic intense. But if you have weaker phones, I advise you to lower traffic intense, for example, because it needs a stronger phone. For example, it is very harder to play if there are very much traffic, because you will probably get hit by some other cars and damage your truck. So for example, if you like some sort to say easy mode, you can select to there will be no in traffic, for example. Okay, let's now see how it looks like driving this truck, to show you how it looks like how is driving truck. I like most this view to see my truck. For example, this is very dirty, my truck, because I finished few missions, for example. And you can also refuel. There are refuel to buy fuel, for example, and you can buy with real money fuel, or you can buy, for example, with watching ads, for example, and you can also wash your truck. And now let me show you how it looks like when you drive truck. So for example, just when you want, it is not so important to just put pedal. You must steer your wheel very good before you want in direction to go truck, for example, like this. So don't just, you will see if you start playing this game, it is very, very, very good, realistic, so to say, about truck, how it looks like. Very, very realistic they made it, driving, so to say. Very, very similar to Euro Truck Simulator this game is. For example, let me show you how it looks like. And you can, yes, while we are driving, there are few options that I want to tell you, tips and tricks, of course. There at right side, here we are at right side, this button. Here we are, this button, as I hope you can see my pointer. Here we are, I cannot now enable it because I'm not in speed. So when you put this is the cruise mode, this red button that it shows. So for example, when you driving, you can put cruise mode on. For example, let's see if we can put cruise mode. Okay, brakes. Okay, brakes, and this is how we damage. It is very hard to play on emulator, unfortunately, but you get used to. For example, you will get used to after some time. It is very easy to play on. So it is cruise mode. I want to tell you that this button, it is cruise mode, and this button, here we are at my pointer, is when it is power needed to add to your truck. So for example, brakes will be controlled by your engine, which is interesting. It will not be so very hard engines. Okay, so let me show you how it looks like driving. It is very, very challenging driving, which is very interesting that they didn't make this game too much arcade. It is very similar to simulation, like I said, in Euro Truck Simulator. So for example, let's repair our truck. Here we are. Let's repair our truck to show you how it looks like. Okay, come on. Stop engine. When it is said like this, stop engine, then it means you must do this thing to start, and in this menu, while 3 dots, here we are, 3 dots, start, and here we are to I repair my truck. This is how much it will cost me, or I to watch commercials and to not pay anything, which I strongly advise you to watch commercials. It doesn't take long to watch commercials, and very much you will save money. Okay, let's pay, and this is how it looks like, that part of this game, for example. And I will tell you also menu how it looks like other trucks that you can buy. Okay, so then what is, let's for example like this 2V. Oh yes, I forgot to start my engine. Let's for example 2V like this, low fuel. We need fuel, people. Okay, let's show you how it looks like when you wash your car, your truck. Okay, oh come on, it is very, very hard to play on emulator, unfortunately, but it is more easily for me to recording. Okay, let's, while we are here, let's see that part. Come on. And that you can correct track angle, but I will not now show you that part, how it looks like. So let's concentrate more on tips and tricks for you. What I wanted to tell you, more tips and tricks. So this is the cruise mode. That is very important. When you drive, for example, you can enter this cruise mode. Here we are at my pointer, and it will be same speed all the time, which is very interesting. Then what I want to tell you, tips and tricks, just to see on my paper. Okay, missions. So that is it, how this game looks like. I hope so you get sense how this game looks like. Let's, for example, do this thing that I wanted to show you how it looks like on speed, and maybe to show you how it looks like that cruise mode. Okay, come on, come on, come on. As you can see, you need to turn wheel very much if you want to move your truck, for example. Okay. It is very so hard to play on emulator. Okay, so for example, you just like this and put cruise, and this is how it cruise green. As you can see, at green side it is 33 kilometers, as you can see at my pointer, and it will be always 33 kilometers. For example, let's now show you how it looks like when you go back. So that is tips and tricks little if you decide you wanna start playing this game. Okay, and I will tell you trucks. Okay, yes, I wanted to show you trucks. And that is it, how to not show you too much, because it is painful for me and for you to watch how looks like this. Very hard to... Okay. We hit it, and let's go to the other parts, so to say. Let's to show you that speed, how it looks like. For example, how town look like. And later I will tell you to show you how looks like. Okay, so this is how it looks like on. Okay. So that is it for that part, how it looks like feeling of this game. I hope so you get sense. It is not arcade game, so you need, it is very difficult, so to say, especially if you transport different cargos that is very heavy. For example, like this. Let's go to the other parts, and like this, to show you how it looks like. Okay. And for end of this video, to show you other trucks that you can buy when you collect enough money. Let's put cruise mode on. And here we are. Cruise mode is on, and you literally don't need to put gas, so to say. You don't need to put gas on, because it is cruise mode and always will have speed that you put in, and that is it. Okay, so I hope so you get sense to not much. It is not so important to show you how looks like driving truck. I think if you have experience with other racing games, you will probably understand this kind of game. So for example, like this, let's move our like this, and boom. This is me in it. Okay, so what I wanted, yes, some tips and tricks. This power mode means when you click this power mode is needed when you go on the hill, for example, that is very upper side of the driving, so to say, like you going to the hill or something very upper thing in your, for how to say, like hill, so to say. And when you driving, that power mode will give you power to your truck, and you will get faster when you go upper on the map, so to say. But when you play on straight, where it is everything straight, it is not upper part, you don't put that power mode on. Then I will explain you that in other parts of this game with other tips and tricks, especially of this video, to show you tips and tricks for this video, because I play this game a lot on mobile phones. Okay, then for end of this video, so I want to tell you what is point of this game? So point of this game, as you probably get used to, understood, it is to drive fast, to not damage your truck, for example, and of course that way you will have a lot money from finishing missions and jobs, finished missions. This game have very huge potential to be a very good game because it is relatively new game. You will see it came out few months ago, I hope, about, sort to say. So it have a lot huge potential to be very interesting made game, for example. So just point is to drive careful, to not damage your truck, and to as fast as you can come to destination to finish mission, for example. Okay, now let me show you main menu, how it looks like for end of this video. This is how it looks like, for example. Main menu, you can have more profiles. For example, you can create more profiles to play and switch profiles, for example. Then, for example, I want to show you trucks. As you can see, name of the game, Truckers of Europe 3. So this is the trucks. As you can see, there are not many so much trucks at the moment, unfortunately, but soon, because they very fast upgrade these games, soon probably will be a lot more trucks in this part of this game. As you can see, I have this baby on my phone. It is really good truck. Okay, that would be it for this video. I hope so this review was very interesting for you to get sense how this game looks like and what is about in this game, Truckers over Europe 3. It is not arcade game, so it is not easy, as you've seen. It is not easy to drive truck, so it is, so to say, simulation game. That is, it is like Euro Truck Simulator just for phones, so to say. Okay, that would be it for this video. I hope so this video was very interesting and entertaining. Okay, some car passed by, and entertaining to not show you other parts of this game because I already made too long this video. I hope so you get sense about how this game, what is about this game and how it looks like. So that would be it. Check my other videos of this game and expect I will try to make just tips and tricks about this game in my future videos because I like this game a lot. So I collected a lot of tips and tricks for you, and so I hope so those videos also will be very useful for you. Okay, see you next videos, and also check my other videos or other interesting made games that I find out maybe to be interesting to play. Like this, you can put like this when you're going that way. So check my other videos, so maybe interesting games for you, and see you next videos. Bye.